What's up, gamers? Sweet Johnny Cage here, and today I have another vanilla exploration video for you. This is the Caverns of Time, and this is done on patch 1.12.1 on a private vanilla server. I would put links in the description, but you can kind of find vanilla servers anywhere, and the vanilla server I was playing on is now dead, which happens a lot. Caverns of Time, back in vanilla, was nothing. It was just kind of a subzone of Daenerys. And it was guarded by 3 drakes and 1 bigger bronze dragonflight dragon. The dragon had no AI, so you could just walk up to it and he wouldn't do anything. You couldn't even attack him. However, the 3 smaller ones, Tick, Kronos or Anachronos or whatever, they would kill you. But you could just stick to the main path like I did and you wouldn't even aggro them. So the way to get in here is you have to turn right along the mountain pass, the mountains that are surrounding Caverns of Time until you get to this specific spot, and then you want to run up this hill and then try to climb on top of what looks to me like a night elf piece of architecture. However, doing this is really frustrating because the jump has to be super specific. There's only like one spot you can actually hook onto, like one invisible platform you can hook it onto, and it just takes a lot of spamming jump trying to find it. What's really interesting though is if you were a warrior and you had a friend who was able to like get up there before you, you could challenge them to a duel and then just charge, and you would run right up to them and like skip all the invisible barriers and everything, which was a neat trick that I used to use a lot to get behind certain things. So once you're up, you want to walk around the perimeter of this big white structure and then jump down in front of this big black box. Wait for your health to regen. This is a private server, so I didn't really have any food. I didn't buy any. And then just jump through this window, and you will fall through the floor, and you'll be on the other side. So it's actually pretty simple once you get up, and you just gotta kind of be specific with your jump. I have fallen through the world back in like 2005, 2006 when I was doing all this. And when you fall through the world, you gotta wait like 15 minutes to actually die, and then get ported to a graveyard, and you have res sickness, and it's really annoying. But that was kind of the came with the territory of exploration and exploits. Now, the first thing you'll probably notice is you can't mount in here. It's not like it is today where you can just kind of fly through here or ride through here like you could in Burning Crusade and Wrath. You cannot mount in here. It was considered indoors, and it wasn't actually a zone. And what you'll also notice is that Caverns of Time, the intro area at least, is much the same as it is today. It hasn't changed very much. You still have the flying rocks and the aether moving around. These 2 buildings right here are the same. The only difference being there's no NPCs in them. There's no vendor. But as soon as you get into the main cavern, the main chamber, it's wildly different. The hourglass is totally changed. The new one, I'm not a huge fan of it. I like this one, which is a big old piece of glass with sand flowing through it infinitely. Really nice. A lot of the hallways, however, were the same from when it launched in Burning Crusade. It's been modified since Wrath and Cataclysm. So this, I believe, is the Battle for Mount Hyjal hallway. I'm not too familiar with this hallway. I do believe that this is also the hallway that was modified for Dragon Soul. But this Night Elf archway makes me believe this was Battle for Mount Hyjal. So we're just going to walk out here. Keep in mind, I recorded this back in September, so it's been it's been about 7 months since I recorded this. So I'm just kind of doing the commentary while watching. And I've sped up the video because you have to walk in here. You can't mount, so it takes a while. But also, as you just saw, there's a statue that comes from the Dark Portal. So obviously the Black Morass was planned from launch to have its own dungeon. You just saw a keep, like a human-style keep. And this right here is a grain silo that you would find in Anderhall in what is now the Plaguelands. So I firmly believe that they plan to go back and let players play through this scenario, or even the dungeon of the Culling of Stratholme when Arthas kind of not went crazy, but was just trying to do what he has to do to save his people, and fight against Mal'Ganis and Kel'Thuzad and the Scourge and all that. I'm a huge Arthas fan, so in case you couldn't tell. So what you could do is you could walk up that keep, walk up the stairs that are actually slanted sideways, and then jump up on the rocks and walk along the perimeter of Caverns of Time. And what some people would do is, since the instance portals were blocked by an invisible wall. You couldn't actually go all the way through them, which is true to this day. It happens all the time. People would either play a mage or get an engineer with a parachute and jump and then parachute down so you wouldn't die from the fall damage, which I will try in a few minutes. But on the other side of those portals, once you get over the invisible wall, it's nothing. You don't portal into anywhere. It's all inactive, but some people just wanted to see what was beyond. And yeah, so like I said, I'm actually watching this with you guys, so forgive the commentary. I just wanted to get this video out. So you just walk along, and what's cool is you could rotate the camera a bit and kind of see under Tanaris, which is where you are. So it's really interesting how they build the world in this 3D, completely 3D environment, vertically and all that, and how they're able to fit all this. So it's something I always find really, really cool. So with Caverns of Time, it's something that I always found super interesting because, the Bronze Dragonflight is always studying time, and I always hoped that you could go back and play through these adventures that you would hear about in Warcraft 1 through 3 and all the books. And I'm really glad that Blizzard kind of took that idea and really made it come to life. And I hope that they do more with this zone, either towards the end of Mists, which I doubt they will because Mists is pretty much over. But I really hope they take advantage of it in the Caverns of Time and maybe even make it so they can go back to the Iron Horde, although we have that opportunity through the new Dark Portal, or the Change Dark Portal, or however they're going to present that. Who knows? I think they said it's going to turn red and then you're going to go to some alternate timeline. I don't know. The whole thing's really confusing. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to try to jump behind that portal. I don't remember if I survive or not. I don't think I do. Alright, that about does it for this video. I was with Johnny Cage. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.